Do you feel the vibes?
Yeah.
Okay, you're having a card. Everybody from here.
God is good.
Oh yeah, always.
All day, every day.
Every day.
We talk about. Okay, you have everybody on here is having fighting, or you're promoting the card on December 1st. Tickets already went on sale, right?
Yes, they are. Well, we had 30. We have $30 and $50 seats.
Okay.
Left.
Also, you already got everything else.
The $175 is free.
Okay.
And then we had a section of 20 tables. The kid from Houston bought them all.
Okay.
And then we had like.
It's Rivera. Is it Rivera?
Well, it was Rivera, but Rivera got pulled. He decided he didn't want to fight.
Okay.
So there's another kid fighting. Kid from Dallas, named Griffin.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think I just see that somewhere.
And then we have some. We have corporate tables up on top, about 12 to 15. Probably 8 of those are sold. So
Okay.
we have 3 or 4. But other than that, I mean, you're going to get a $50 seat starting on third row.
Oh, okay, that's
You
good.
can't beat that.
That's good.
No, you
Real
can't.
good.
So I've gone down on prices for several reasons. One is a smaller venue. 2, I've looked at the past fights we've done, and even though they're $7,500, there's a lot of empty seats.
Yeah.
So I'll tell you, I'll give a little, take a little.
Yeah.
So.
But we'll just say this: whoever missed those fights were just shit out of luck.
That's right. That's right.
You're gonna miss. I tell people all the time, you've got to support the local cards to be able to get the big cards to come here.
Right.
You don't go to the shows, no, but they're not going to come here.
Right.
Regardless of anybody, you should always support local boxing wherever
Right.
you live. Go see. There's easy ways, like for us, anybody to find out when fights are coming to your town. Every state commission has a website. You just go search when they're coming. You'll be able to find out.
Social media is a big resource.
My first question: how hard is it to put a solid card like that together? How long does it take? First of all, to put a card together like that.
Well, non-televised, probably a good couple of months, but it's a lot of work. A lot of, as we said, we spoke earlier, phone calls, meetings, and it's not just one person. There's several people that have to come together in one room. Sponsorship, tickets, boxers, matchmaking, insurance. I mean, you name it. Paramedics, getting the national anthem. Someone singing the national anthem, get the color guard, because I don't want to just have any color guard.
Yeah.
So it's a lot of work. The venue, negotiating on the venue. I didn't realize this venue I'm in now, they have X amount of chairs. So no, I got to go out and find more chairs and more tables. I'm trying to sell boxing, not find chairs, but it is what it is.
And you still got to find like doctors and officials and everything too, and all that. Paramedics.
Yeah.
And that's one thing that a lot of people, the boxers, the first thing they say, sign that contract.
Right.
Because people just think, they can just fight easily, just to get in the ring. But it's not that. It has to do with a lot.
Right.
A lot of things in the background that have to deal to go towards the fight. The promoters, the boxers, who's going to get paid, who's going to come into the fight first.
Per diems, hotel.
Everything, the hotel. So
I want to fly, and I want to fly my mother and my trainer. And it's like, wait a minute, it's just 2 people
my
flying.
side chick, all that. Yeah. So I understand that.
Right.
So tell us more who's going to be on the fights.
So we have the gentleman to my right, Ray Jimenez. He's 16-1. He's going to be our main event. Of course, we've already talked to Duke over here. He'll be the co-main event. We've got the young kid that just signed with Roy Jones Jr. Vasquez. He was on the last card. We have another kid that I represent, Aman Rashidi.
Yeah.
He's 4-0 or 5-0. He's on the card also. 2 kids out of Houston, 2 new kids out of Houston. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. A couple other guys, more guys. Who else do we have from your camp? We got 3 guys from your.
Edward's on
Yeah.
there.
Edward.
Yeah.
Edward Vasquez. Yeah.
And Rashidi, that's the one I was going to ask you about. Man, how hard has it been for him? Because I know you've had him tried to have him every card,
Right.
and then something didn't work out.
Yeah. Sometimes I'm not going to throw him under the bus, but sometimes it's the opponent. They'll say, "Yeah, I want to fight."
Yeah.
They'll even sign a contract, and all they got to do is go see their local doctor and say, "Hey, I hurt my ankle. I'm pulling out," and then you find out they took another fight or something.
Yeah.
So. I just, boxing is a tough business. You guys know that.
Yeah.
Especially when you put fights together. It's like nobody seems to keep their word nowadays, even with the signed contract. So it's very hard to match.
How long have you been in the boxing scene? I know I can remember you being there when Pacquiao fought here twice in Cowboy Stadium, Chavez down in South Texas, and all San Antonio and El Paso. Houston. How long have you been in the boxing?
I've been in the fight business since I was 6. Now I'm going to tell my age, but I've been in the fight business over 45 years. Okay. I fought 15 years.
I thought you were 35
Thank
when
you,
you
brother.
walked in
Amen.
here, so I just thought
Thank
I
you.
was just,
Yeah,
my brother.
From amateur to pro to a trainer, coach. Want to be a good promoter or a big promoter at some point. You name a coordinator, I've done it all.
So,
driving people.
Out of all the fights you had your foot in, you're mixing it. What was the best fight you ever saw live? Or you didn't have time to watch the fights?
The first Pacquiao fight.
Okay.
Yeah, that was really exciting.
Yeah.
And that was Pacquiao and Claudio, right?
Yeah.
Was it Claudio?
Yeah, Claudio.
The
Margarito
second one was Margarito.
Margarito,
Yeah, that was huge. That was
Yeah.
great. And then the other one after that is I got to work 6 fights with Chavez.
Okay.
And the father and the son, they took real good care of me. They pay well. Freddie Roach was involved at the time.
Yeah.
Top rank. So it was, and then of course it was HBO 24/7. So it was pretty neat being involved with all that. But I met a lot of good people. I'm blessed to be where I'm at. Who else can say that they do it full time and get to make somewhat of a living?
Yeah.
So I do that.
Now, what made you want to promote boxing? Because I know you used to be a manager of some fighters, and then
Right.
what made you want to just?
Well, you look around at the North Texas scene. I mean, you've got great managers like Casey. My hats off to him.
Yeah.
You've got good people like you guys that are
Yeah.
keeping boxing alive. But if you really
Don't
look
mention
around,
Don't
who else
mention
is
it.
still doing boxing? Let's see. You look at Golden Boy. He's been here twice in the past 7 years.
Yeah.
He did the big Canelo
Frisco.
fight, and then he did the Frisco fight.
Yeah.
Top rank. I keep in touch with them on a weekly basis. They were here 2 or 3 times a year. Now they're kind of disappearing, but they're telling me they'll come back next year.
But the biggest thing with Top Ring is I've noticed is they stop with the small cards like completely. It's
Right.
ESPN cards, and that's pretty much a big name. It's going to
Right.
headline that card.
Right.
They do have an opening card, 3 bouts, but it's going to be Crawford, or it's going to be Pacquiao, or it's going to be somebody.
Right.
I know they're going to Corpus Christi in February with Gilberto Ramirez.
Are they?
Yeah.
I haven't been told that.
Yeah, that's what I just. I think Bob just went there for the press conference Thursday, and I just got an email from them Wednesday.
Okay.
So and that's just the first time they've been here in a while.
February 3rd.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the one that the young kid's going to be fighting on.
Okay.
Flores kid we were talking about.
Okay. Yeah. They say I just saw that they came back. Coming back to Texas. Speaking of him, he was supposed to be on the card, and I guess she said he couldn't make it because she's fighting right before that.
Yeah,
So
he
it
just
happened.
fought. So
yeah, he just fought.
Yeah, they didn't want him to break his hand. They were afraid he might have some type of injury.
Yeah, and plus right now he can only fight in I think Texas and Nevada or something.
I think you're right because he's underage.
Yeah, he's
his
underage.
age, yeah. Right.
Since you just talked about boxing, how does it? Okay, we all know boxing's not dead. A lot of people know, but how does it feel? How does it make you feel when people say, "Oh, boxing's dead. It's a dead sport"?
Well, I try to be diplomatic and laugh about it and try to be nice about it. But
I get
listen,
offended.
I watch.
I'm offended.
I watch a lot of television.
Yeah.
Even when we're having our staff meetings, and you'd be surprised if you, on a daily basis, if you just checked off how many times corporate America uses the sport of boxing to promote their business and/or services. So, boxing is far from being dead. I tell people all the time. Has MMA hurt us a little? Absolutely, but at the end of the day, man, it's still boxing.
Yeah.
Boxing's been around since gladiators.
Yeah.
So it's not going anywhere.
One thing we should talk about at the beginning. You see, who runs UFC?
Dana White.
Dana White's talking about getting in boxing, promoting boxing. I said, I don't see how. I tell people all the time. Okay, tell me when the UFC fighters making $30 million a fight, or they're not. They're still working for somebody at the end of the deal, so they're still not getting paid that much.
Right.
They may never make that much.
Dana
money.
White's making all the money.
Yeah, they're making
MMA.
the corporations making all the money.
Right.
So I was like, it might be good if I still say you could prevent a lot. You'd see a lot more fights happen, and just like PBC now, they're pushing their fighters together more to fight. It's either take the fight or that's it. But I said I still don't think it's the best thing for boxing to see here. The only thing the bad thing with boxing is they have so many fucking titles out there.
Right.
It's just you can still avoid somebody to win this title.
Right.
And right now with Earl Spence, she's got the IBF. I don't know if he'll ever fight. I mean, I'm assuming next year he'll fight Keith Thurman or something like that. But you never know.
Right.
When you're promoting fighters and promoting a fight, what do you look for in a fighter? Like, I'm sure people say, "Hey, my son fights," stuff like that. What do you look for?
Yeah, well, I get calls all the time. You'd be surprised. I get emails, texts, Facebook messages, and I try to do my due diligence and call everyone back.
Yeah,
because you never know.
Yeah,
and it's just the right thing to do. You don't want to come across as being too big.
Yeah.
But to date, you know, at the 1,000 guys that have said, "Hey, man, I got the next De La Hoya, Mayweather, whoever it is, Tyson," they haven't panned out. Even the very, very good ones that I've invested a lot of money in.
Yeah.
I will say this: when you ask, "What do I look for? Who do I look for?" You know what? Look no further than your own hometown.
Yeah.
You know, to my right is Ray Jimenez. He's 16-1. I mean, he's got a unique story. He's a young kid. He had a hell of an amateur career. Fought for the United States. He was captain when they fought overseas. He used to train with Luis Yanes, who was a 2008 Olympian.
I see he's getting back into boxing. I saw that.
I've heard that.
He was in Cali. I was like, I don't know. I just see pictures on there.
I've heard that. But we got talent here, guys.
Yeah,
we got Duke.
We
got Jimenez. We've got guys here that are going to be fighting for titles. And, you know, when they talk about going to California to spar, going here, going there, we got trainers, we got promoters. We got it all here. We got people like you guys pushing the sport of boxing.
Yeah.
It's right here in Texas, brother. Texas is a hot spot. If it's not Texas, it's California, Nevada, or New York.
Yeah.
In that order.
Yeah.
So,
for people that don't know, who are some of the people you've managed in boxing?
well, the guy that's 16-1 next to me, Ray Jimenez, Joey Alday, who's I think he's 6-0 now, 6 knockouts. I had Luis Yanes when he first came home from Beijing. I worked a little with Robert Martinaldo. I didn't manage him. I worked with him. Of course, we talked about Aman Rashidi, who's 4-0, 5-0. Those are pretty much the very good fighters. I had Thomas Smith, who started well.
Oh, yeah, I remember.
And they kind of took a slide when, I'll say this, after he left me, he went 0-3 or 0-4.
Yeah.
He's a good kid,
Yeah.
good boxer.
I've talked to him
Sometimes
many
these boxers
times.
listen
Yeah.
to other people and
Yeah.
they think the grass is greener.
Yeah.
You know, listen, whatever, man. I try to be a nice guy, and even if we part ways, I want to shake your hand because boxing's a small world. You
Yeah.
never know when your path's going to cross again.
Yeah.
So,
Very true. I know he's talking to him, he had to take a lot of opponent fights. Pretty much you're going here, somebody's hometown. I tell people all the time it's a bad way. You know, if you need the money, you got to take it. But, I mean, you're already going pretty much there for a loss if you don't knock him out.
Right.
You know, something like that.
the other guy, real quickly, is I had Kid Thunder, Crescencio Ramos,
Oh, that's right.
who was 10-0 until he fought on my card and got knocked out. And since then, you know, he doesn't return my calls. I don't even know if he's fighting anymore. Poor guy. But
Yeah.
it's
And
tough,
sometimes
man.
something like that happens. You get knocked out and you're like, do I want to do it again?
Right. It's not for everyone. It's a
No,
tough
it's
sport.
not. Yeah. Let's say what's Tyson saying?
Everybody
has a
got a
plan.
plan until they get
Everybody
Get
hit.
the
plan
mouth.
until they
Yeah,
get
so
hit,
you
yeah.
know.
Yeah.
You never know who you're going against, you know.
Right.
I said in boxing, any given night, somebody can fucking knock
You got to be
out.
dedicated,
Yeah.
man. You got to, I mean, you know, again, I talk about Ray a lot because obviously I work with Ray, but I see the dedication, him training, you know, it's also watching what you eat and believe it or not, although some may believe it or not, but man, you got to push the women aside, you got to push your buddies aside, the booze.
Yeah.
It's tough, man.
Most
And you got to do it 24/7. And then you go to the gym every day and, you know, you're sparring and you got to do it all over again, at fight after fight. So it's a tough sport. It's not easy. Very hard. In fact, I want to say this real quickly. I'm not sure if you guys know, but ESPN conducted because there's always this fight. What's the toughest sport out there? Is it MMA? Is it football? Is it track? Is it boxing? But they got a bunch of scientists, doctors, teachers, professors, lay people, non-fighters, and they broke it down. And the top #1 sport by far is boxing, the hardest sport. So I wanted to share that. Go to ESPN.com and look it up. Boxing's #1. Man.
Okay, we'll end with this, and then we can talk about where people can get tickets at. Okay, with boxers the way they are, you know, a lot of times they have to take an opportunity that maybe they're not ready for.
Right.
Our prime example would be Marakin when he fought Rigondeaux, when Lubin when he fought Charlo. Do you feel like, you know, they've got to take the opportunity at that time, or because they may not come back around? I mean,
Well, again, I mean, some of those
This is
have
just your
some-
opinion is what I'm
yes,
just asking, basically.
Some of those have unique situations where, you know, whether it was Monacan and the other guy, maybe Top Rank was at the point where they said, you know, we got to test this guy
Yeah.
or we want to get rid of him. It's one or the other.
Yeah.
The writing's on the wall.
yeah, I know.
We're going to make you an offer you can't
Top Rank's
refuse.
very good about that. They'll put
Yeah.
you to a point. I'll put it with Bam Bam Nahara. They put him to a
Yeah.
point where they're like, you've got to see if you can keep going up, or
Right.
you're just in the road.
And if you leave, we're going to give you a bonus check. That's
Yeah.
why they give them that big check and they can't turn the fight down.
Oh, okay.
And then they end up
Yeah.
cutting it.
Okay.
Yeah.
So,
but remember the old days, just real quickly, the old days, there was no, I don't want to fight this guy.
Yeah.
It's like everybody fought everyone, and that's just the way it was.
Yeah.
But times have changed.
So where do people get tickets at? You said there's only $30 and $50 tickets.
$30 and $50, and $50 seats are very, very good seats. You can go to Montoya Boxing Gym,
Okay. And where's the address?
7711 Military, Pleasant Grove, Buckner and Military, at the corner, give or take, and then or you can go to the GasMonkeyLive.com.
Okay.
Buy tickets there, or even go to their box office.
Okay. So don't miss the fight, December 1st. I guess you're still working on weigh-in location.
Yes, that's the only the part that we haven't decided on just yet. I want to tell you about the giveaway.
Okay.
It's very important for kids. We have 100 or plus jerseys, Dallas Cowboy jerseys, nice jerseys. That we're giving away to kids that
Hey, that's age limit, buddy.
yeah, 8 to 12.
Yeah.
But they're really nice. They're stitched. The star is stitched. They're not some cheap jersey.
So take your boys.
No 49er jerseys. We're giving away to one per family for the first 100 plus families or kids that show up to the fight.
Okay.
And of course, we have some great
Yeah, I heard Cowboys player going
we
to
got
be
the former legend Randy White's going to
Okay.
be there signing autographs. Larry Brown, MVP Super Bowl
Oh, okay.
95, and then
I
of
have a
course our
picture of
own
him.
Tim Brown who won the Heisman.
Oh, yeah, he was.
Big boxing fan.
Oh, yeah, he is. I've seen him. I've seen Tim Brown in a couple fights.
Tim Brown, the Oakland Raiders wide receiver.
Yeah. Notre
Hall of
Dame,
Fame.
Woodrow Wilson.
Hall
Wow,
of Fame.
for real?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hall of Famer.
Yeah,
That's
Hall of
right.
Famer.
And then of course Jeff Mayweather. Let's talk about him for 2
Oh, yeah,
seconds.
Jeff, I forget
He's
Jeff.
going to be here. We're paying him a small fee to be here, but he's got a fighter on the card, and we're just glad that Las Vegas is coming here to put a guy on the
That's
card.
good.
and
That's
He's
good.
going to be here, so we're
That's
excited.
good. So make sure you get your tickets. Like you said, you can find out where you can get them at. You said locations, the Montoya Boxing Gym or Gas Monkey Live. What was it?
.com. Yeah, or even go to the venue.
Yeah, go to the
Buy.
venue, pick them up in the day of the fight. It should be a great night of action. And right after that, we're going straight to Ray right now.
Yeah. We'll have that the information here before the end of the show, with all the details of where the fight's going to be at. So that way people will know.
Okay. So we'll go right to Ray.
How you feel, Ray? How you feel, Ray?
I feel good.
Yeah, relaxing.
Yeah. That's the way I always am anyways.
You ready for the Cowboy game? Please tell me.
Are you even a Cowboys fan?
I wouldn't say I'm not a Cowboys fan.
Man, what's
I just-
going on here?
I don't watch football like that.
Oh my god.
What do you watch outside of boxing? Anything or?
Basketball.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Spurs fan, I see.
Oh, yeah.
No. So you got another. So